This is Stockholm. I'm here to meet visionary Swedes who are rethinking the way we shop and pay using the power of new technology.
This is an unmanned grocery store.
Vending machine that you walk into.
It's a large vending machine.
And I'll speak with the founder of one of the country's biggest fintech startups worth over $40 billion.
The benefit of being large is impact. When I was sitting in the room, we were 3 people, and we came up with something really great from a product perspective, it affected 4 customers. Nowadays, if we do something really well and it really works, it affects millions of people's lives. That's really cool.
I'm Tom Goodwin, a writer and speaker about technology in the changing world, and I'm here to meet the pioneers challenging conventions and pushing retail firmly into the 21st century. Sweden, a great seafaring nation, has a history rooted in trade. Today, it's a country synonymous with some of the world's biggest retailers like IKEA and H&M. But I'm starting my trip with a visit to a company that believes in the power of the small, local grocery shop.
Welcome to Stockholm.
Daniel Lund is the founder of Lifts. His company runs rural shops that have no staff, are open 24/7, and are unlocked with your phone.
The fact is that the grocery industry, or the market here in Sweden, went through a big transition in the 80s and 90s. The big box stores started to emerge, and in that transition, local stores started to close. So we thought, is there a way we can establish that type of grocery kind of service again in these areas by leveraging technology? The consumer use our app to access the store. That's how they unlock the store, and that's also how they shop. So they scan the items that they want to buy, they build a kind of a basket inside the app, they access their personal offers, the coupons or whatever campaigns that might go on. That gives us a lot of data that traditional retail don't get.
The data that Lifts collects is actually not that different from what your local supermarket collects when you hand over your loyalty card. What's different is that they get all the information while you're shopping, not when you've finished.
In an unmanned setting, we are onboarding the consumer as they walk in. So in a weird way, we are there while they are shopping, because we now can communicate with every consumer. So they walk in, they scan minced meat. We can push a recipe on a great bolognese. But I would never do that if I know you're vegetarian, right? So in a sense, we can drive revenue, we can drive sales by communicating to the consumer, but what we're really doing is helping the consumer.
It looks like it's a sort of recycled shipping container or something. Why does it look the way it does?
Most of it has to do with how fast can we build them, and how fast can we transport, hence how fast can we establish the stores.
How do you decide where to place these stores?
Well, that's interesting. Today we have 27 stores.
Okay.
And they do not only look like this.
Yeah.
We have larger stores. We also have established in an existing retail space. So the technology doesn't have to be inside a module. It could be an existing store.
So this as a platform could be used to empower retail in lots of other sectors?
Anything. As long as the items has a barcode, you can use the system. We can work with dynamic pricing. Mm-hmm. We can put different segments. So we can have a certain price point for elderly. We can have a price point different during the day. I think this type of service is needed all over the world. But as a company, I truly believe that what we have built as a technical platform makes sense for any retailer, and would be any retailer's dream to be able to hold hands with the consumers, be able to help consumers, and add this layer of convenience to their existing consumers.
Lifts is an imaginative combination of existing technology that solves a real problem in areas that are usually sidelined when it comes to innovation. Purchases made in physical stores like theirs still count for the vast majority of global retail sales. But it's no secret that it's e-commerce that's booming. By 2024, more than a fifth of purchases will be made online, but to keep up this epic growth, e-commerce will need to tackle its own problems.
In e-commerce, fashion has really been the industry that's been a little bit left behind. Return rates in fashion are all between 30 up to as high as 70%. 72% comes from poor fit.
Lisa Lindvall is the founder of The Fit, an app that scans your body to help you buy clothes that actually fit.
So you basically just wear a normal outfit, do you, or quite a tight outfit?
Tight-fitting clothes.
Tight-fitting clothes, take a photograph of the front, and then the machinery does its magic.
Exactly. You take a picture from the front, you take a second one in profile. Your user experience is really taking 2 pictures, waiting 7 seconds, and seeing on the particular product you were interested in, what size you are. So we actually work with a holistic machine learning technology that we really do machine learning algorithms straight on the camera view from the JPEGs.
And does this work with your whole body or just some particular items of clothing?
No, we estimate body measurements for the entire body. Our recommendation technology really determines what body measurements are relevant to look at for certain type of products.
It's brilliant to get clothing that fits, but that's not all this company does. They also use their data to help brands make better fitting clothes from the start.
I would say that the biggest problem for the fashion industry is the lack of data. So what we've done is actually create a solution where they can share size and fit data among each other, but we also function as their third-party analytic team, basically, giving them the insights they need to maybe change the fit of the garment from the design perspective, maybe assortment plan on a range plan in a different way.
I'd love this information to be stored as almost like a cookie, and your whole internet experience is only showing you clothes that would fit you and suit you. And then even getting proactive suggestions saying, you know, this suit is now in your size and cheaper. Even if you're not looking for a suit, that would be amazing.
That's basically our task. So when you use the solution with a retailer, you also create account. So you store your body ID with us, which means that the next time you come back to shop, you don't have to do the scan again. You can just enter in, log in as simple as bank ID to do payments, which also allows us to give you the opportunity to reward you when using the app, of giving you discounts or giving you specific product recommendations of brands you might not even know that you like.
The Swedish approach to tech seems very pragmatic to me. Lifts and The Fit are all about making shopping easier for all. It's the same concept that propelled a payment startup into a mammoth $46 billion operation. I met Sebastian Siemiatowski, a co-founder and CEO of Klarna, a fintech company transforming retail.
Sebastian, tell us more about Klarna. What is it?
So the original concept was very simple. It was like, what if you as a consumer could order that stuff, get it at home, touch and feel it before you paid for it, rather than the other way around.
Today, Klarna has grown into many things. It still offers its slick one-click payment service, allowing people to buy now, pay later. But now it also lets users spread payments by paying in installments, track their orders, and it even offers a bank account in some markets.
Most of what we do obviously would fall into the category of a bank, a retail bank. But as an example, in our app, there is an ability to track your shipping and find out where your packages are when you shop online. That is not something you would expect to see a bank do. We do 2 million transactions a day, with 90 million users. Part of the challenges they face when they shop online is to track their packages and find out where to pick them up and all this stuff. So it felt very natural for us to extend into that problem space. So we try to solve problems that are related to people's everyday finances and purchases. And so that relates partially to shopping and retail, but partially relates also to people's financials.
The boundaries of retail are blurring. Today, magazine brands, social media networks, and search engines are all using their audiences to become shopping destinations. Now, Klarna is moving to this too by launching its own shopping app, an unusual move for a payment company.
We do not necessarily aim to become a retail destination per se, but we do aspire to help retailers stay competitive versus some of the big companies from Seattle.
Let me try and think who that could be.
Who could that be? I don't know. What we realized is that, there are, as a payments company, you have a very good understanding of your customers because your customers are sharing a tremendous amount of data with you about their spending and so forth. We asked ourselves, if we can find services that build value for our customers, could we also use that to build value for retailers? And people continuously are looking for best prices, best products, best experiences when they shop and so forth. And they want to have a personalized experience. They don't want to lose time. They want to get to the right product and the right decision as fast as possible that feels meaningful for them. So it actually goes back to the way a corner store used to work like 100 years ago, where you would go in there and the person working there would recognize you, put some stuff in your basket already because I know you're going to buy that anyway, and I may give you come back and pay tomorrow. I don't care because I know you're going to come and pay anyway. So there were all these things that happen in that context that then got lost in the anonymous world of mass. And so I do think a lot of what people are talking about personalization and so forth is how do we get back closer to that experience, because that's the experience they want.
Your app is one of the only apps that I can imagine people going to out of a sense of boredom. In a way, no one's ever going to go on Amazon if they're bored. No one's going to go on Walmart.com if they're bored. Whereas people can come to it to kind of be inspired by what to buy and what to buy other products with it.
There is something that I feel has gotten lost. Everything is okay, how do we just make sure that you can buy that product as quickly as possible? Just remove all the hurdles. Make sure they know they have the best prices and the best logistics and everything. But it's lost the fun. And the point is that when I look at a product, I'm not entirely only interested in buying it. I'm sometimes interested in which celebrities wear this product, or what was the interesting content that has been generated by the product. There's a different aspect of when we shop that is relevant. And I feel a lot of these companies, like the ones you mentioned, have forgotten about the fun of it, the interest of it, the passion of it is getting lost through that over-optimization.
In many ways, what Klarna has done best is shatter all preconceptions of what a tech company or retailer should do. Choices driven by data and problem solving for its customers have allowed it to build really amazing products. It's a rare mix of empathy, logic, and technological prowess which empowers these Swedish companies to solve real-world problems. Sweden is the home of smart, creative people confident about their ideas, making companies that seem likely to have a lasting impact on the way we will all discover and buy things in the future.